Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
All your good, yes? I was lying with some old men before the election, and well, I was amazed of their discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025, how Africans were selling cheap and UNC buying dead or alive. One old man shout out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by themselves, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilaga, who the old FIFA wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let we start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
We buying Africans.
Sing the thing.
Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying Africans.
She don't have all she chance and she the honor rhymes. No, what she need is some slave names, man, some big strong Africans.
Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Jamaica and Trinidad.
Somebody pinch me. Hey! UNC sitting and they're waiting patiently. With about 16 safe seats, they don't win that already. The woman said, I have my people and they are born UNCs. Now all I need is some Africans who got their names out of slavery. She said that she here, they're really selling cheap. And she could buy them very cheap, 500 and a jersey. A lot of people will cry when she's finished with CPEP. Because she is not holding back them P&M have nothing to get. She said it's party before country, all you never, never forget. She will care for her people and she have no blasting regrets. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
We buying Africans.
She buying
Africans for sale, for sale.
Listen,
we buying Africans.
She said, we like crab in a barrel. We pulling each other down. But I want their votes, so I jam them the winning song. And all they know it,
Africans
when you wins, everybody wins.
Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Jamaica and Trinidad.
Hey, who called me? I want this verse slow, right? The black mines in Tobago, she's working on them with ease. But she's not afraid because monkeys say cool breeze. She said the last time she was easy, this time there is no room for mistakes. Cause when she's done with Tobago, it's either they make or break. She has her eyes on Maruga, especially Samuel Cooper. They got a lot of P&M houses, but none of them can remember. She's buying some in 6 company because they're nice, they're bad and they're trim. Their ancestors came from Africa and all of them is Americans. She passed through 5 company and she bunks up Madingo. Well, boy, she makes she name cause she gets Africans for Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
We buying Africans.
Kill them.
Africans for sale, for sale.
Listen this.
We buying Africans.
Doc Faisabad was pretty serious with her reading the cemetery. He said, I'm waiting for refinery point. That man had to be crazy. What?
Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
Drug financing and all that without any shred of evidence. Before that, we heard baseless scammer telling the population that there are 2 independent senators who solicit some level of bribe for a vote as it relates to the same bill that Wayne Sturge said they're going to bring back the ZOSO. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what. So, ladies and gentlemen, blessings to all. During the debate as it relates to the state of emergency, the Minister of Defense, Wayne Sturge, if he understands what that means, stood up in the Parliament and revealed some chilling information as it relates to former state prosecutor Dana Sitahal. And during his contribution, Wayne Sturge said that there were intercepts as it relates to the plot, in my words, to kill Dana Sitahal. A matter of fact, he went further and he said Dana Sitahal knew that she was going to be killed, and she chose not to have security. Well, let me just ask a question right there. I want to ask Wayne Sturge why it is he, at this present time, have all those security. He aware of something? But let me move on. He said that the police listen and listen and listen, and in my words, did absolutely nothing. And Dana Sitahal is not with us anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I trying to understand what's wrong with you people in this country, because what Wayne Sturge did was to remove every thread, every single thread of what people should have in the police service, confidence. He removed every thread of confidence that the citizens ought to have as it relates to the police by stating that the police knew, they listened, and did absolutely nothing. That statement, ladies and gentlemen, just plunged the whole police service into disrepute, and not only disrepute, but according to Wayne Sturge, I am saying that the whole police service should be disbanded immediately and put the authority in the hands of the defense force if what Wayne Sturge saying is true. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not think that youth population understand the depths of Wayne Sturge utterance in the Parliament. I know for a fact that on the flip side to that these UNC politicians make the Parliament a place for mischief, confusion, and dishonesty. Because recently we heard baseless scammer speaking about Balize House and about drug financing and all that without any shred of evidence. Before that, we heard baseless scammer telling the population that there are 2 independent senators who solicit some level of bribe for a vote as it relates to the same bill that Wayne Sturge said they're going to bring back the Zoso. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is wrong with you people in this country, but I think it's time for a vote of no confidence against this government. Because Wayne Sturge, if Wayne Sturge could stand up in the parliament and make all those accusations that the police knew that a murder was about to happen and did absolutely nothing about it, then heads must roll. To date, I have not heard the Commissioner of Police, who I consider as the UNC bulldog, said anything, denounce anything, rebuke anything that these people spew in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. We are in dangerous time. I want to ask the police service, and I want to ask Wayne Sturge now, why you have all that security around you? Are you aware of something? Or are you taking precautions, not as Dana Sitahal refused to do according to you? I want to find out, Mr. Wayne Sturge, is there any intercepts as it relates to Gera debt? Is there any intercepts as it relates to Gera debt? That is a question that I am asking. Because you see, I'm putting one and one together, and I only ain't getting two, you know. I'm getting all kind of numbers coming out of this whole scenario. Plot to kill ministers, man detained under SOE, man release, man gunned down. I want to ask if there were a private meeting prior to the election with certain top brass in the UNC, and certain promises were made to Mr. Gera. I want to ask if this meeting were in a secure area. What was said in that meeting? Is there any intercepts in that meeting? Strange enough, a man who hugging up and jumping and dancing with a candidate, all in a sudden, after the election, we heard that this same individual wanted to do this and wanted to do that. Let me tell you something in this country. If all you want to play dotish, that is all your business. I want to also ask as I close, what was the high-profile matters that Dana Sitahal was appointed to deal with? I want all you to tell me that. And while I'm saying that, this life is so funny. Better play a sport. I gone. So, ladies, Hall was appointed to deal with. I want all you to tell me that. And while I'm saying that, this life is so funny. Better play a sport. I gone.
Want to see Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa today. I told this country before that you are Janet, and today, if they can't come in front of me and show me an iota of evidence to support that allegation. I say again that we are unfortunate to have a Jamet as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Because only a Jamet will do something like that, make a statement like that, and not be able to provide a modicum of proof or truth to support it. You would go inside the parliament and say that. And accusing the PNM of pedophilia. You support the policies of Washington. Are you supporting the Epstein files being hidden?
Rowley, really? The Honorable Prime Minister is a jamet that when you wake up out your slumber, you come out of your dungeon office off the red. You call the Honorable Prime Minister a jamet? A woman, a promiscuous woman, a woman without social standing, a low-class woman? You, Rowley, you is the lowest excrement.
Ghana should be ashamed to know that the money being used to finance a campaign belongs to the members of the UNC. Not go on Multan Test Junction and said that you were so drunk you fall down on Gandhi's statue. That is on record. I didn't say that, Kamala. Jack said that. Do you have the guts to go and say that Jack said that about you?
Weigh out the situation and read between the lines. Yeah? Read between the lines. Ask yourself, because if it was not the first time, when the owner of the store made that video, he would have said, hear what you would have said in that video, I fed up here. It's not the first time you do that. So that shows, that clearly shows, and judging from the way how the woman was astonished when she get catch, you can see that was her first time. And that showing you the desperation the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago coming to. Now, she could have been a single mother with children, and you're seeing there now is a young baby by the tin of milk. That alone tells, it paints a picture, it tells 1,000 stories there. But then again, the citizens of Trinidad, because we like to throw things on social media. Everything is social media to bash and drag. Now, I know the owner of the store must be pissing mad because, you know, he worked hard to establish his business. And for people to come and thief in your thing, it will get anybody mad. I myself will get mad. But sometimes we have to let wisdom and our conscience be our guide. In my opinion, he could have put that lady aside and talk to she. Find out why you did what you did. And based upon that conversation you would have had with her, I would have given her the grocery. You see, sometimes, you know, the old people have a saying, out of evil cometh good. Yeah, out of evil cometh good. Out of evil cometh good. You would have could have just do so, give she that grocery, give she a stern warning. Because you don't know how much days that family would have gone without anything to eat. You understand? Because these days, that situation all over, you know. Yeah, he should not even call the police. You see what's going on there? Some situations, you have to analyze it. She didn't come and stick him up with a gun, you know. She come and she thief the food, she thief the groceries. So that alone there show you that, hey, something ain't right. Because how often you see women especially going in groceries and thieving food? You doesn't see that often. Not that, it's something good she did, but you doesn't hardly see them thing. He could have pulled she aside and talked to she and give her the groceries. And that could have been a blessing for him. Not that his business had flourished, But the Lord would have turned around that whole situation and turned around and bless him. That could have been a Thanksgiving he giving there, and he even know he give her Thanksgiving. Yes, Maya, she should have asked him, but let me tell you something, I understand that. But at the spur of the moment, you don't know how a person does think. You might be, Maya, you might be conscious and say, see me, I ain't doing that, no matter how hungry I is. Because if I go and ask, they go tell me no and they go embarrass me. So she must tell herself, let she try something. I would have bounced, but a lot of people in that situation, Yeah. I'm not saying she's right for what she did. Don't get me wrong. I ain't condoning them thing, But, such is life. And these things does happen. Them kind of thing does happen. And, sometimes you had to leave room for leniency. You had to leave room for things like this. Hi, Riptide. Pleasant good night. Welcome. Only see me here tired, I now come from serving the Lord. I now come from praying. Yeah? Because this government clearly. Good night, Angela Joseph. Pleasant good night. Oh God, Trinity, oh Lord, look, you are like, your vibes. Yes, Burna Boss, they didn't have to push you up. They didn't have to push you up. Oh God. You didn't have to do that. Look at listen to me. When I look at the woman, yes, Natasha, her mother does go all out for the kids. Yeah, it had to be some kind of situation that take place. They what makes she do that? It had to be something happen for that woman to do that. Yeah, I know, But sometimes we have to be lenient, boy. You see, let me tell you something. Not everybody could handle pressure. You see, when we crying out and we coming and making videos, making lives and complaining, the ones that we elect and put in power, they're not understanding, And even if they're understanding, you're showing you're seeing actually like it's as if they don't care, Because people naturally can't, they're going through problems, they're going through pressure. So who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Who is you to judge? The Bible says, he who without sin cast the first stone. Yes, Trinity, I see a thing on a storm. So that shows it that woman, I would have liked to do an interview with that woman or the shopkeeper, the owner of the business, please. Not to bash him or anything like that, because I mean to say, if something like that happened to you in your business place, you would be angry. Yeah, you would be angry. You understand? But at the end of the day, not everything is for social media. Come on, man. Not everything. You have to run up and show up there and make a hasikara and say this and that. Look at what she do. Not everything. Not everything is about. You understand? Not everything is for show. Not everything is I will push you up. That's what we like. We like them kind of thing. And let me tell you something. But I guess, who am I to judge, All right, Mary Peters, you asked what grandparents are there to help their grandkids. Why she didn't reach out to the grandparents? You don't know her situation. You don't know if she had grandparents. There's some people, they have it hard, they're living on their own and they don't have grandparents. What if the husband died? What if she was working and she would have lost her job when this government take over? I tell you, all you don't understand, All you don't understand. Some all you don't understand. Hi, Trinity, good night.
Let me take over this Mary person for you. Mary Peters, you're dotish or you're dumb? Which one? What
stupid is it talking about grandparents? You born in a bucket and grew up in a depot or something? It has some people who don't have nobody. Nobody. They don't have nobody to help them at all. They're by themselves. You don't know that lady's situation. That lady, she husband could die, she husband could leave, she She husband could die, she husband could leave, she and gone. You understand? All you don't know the situation, all you talking about grandparents. If you are grandparents, you fortunate, kudos to you. But you ought to be a different type of stupid or dotish to really talk that shit. It does some people have nobody. This lady, when I watched this video, I realized this lady, she had no choice but to do that. This lady maybe lost she work, she has nobody, she has no money. You understand? She has no money. And that is why she did what she did. Okay, and the shopkeeper, okay, you get back where you get back your goods. Why put the woman up on social media? Take your goods and tell the lady get out your store and go and move about your business. Why embarrass the lady like that? Everything is on social media, so. But you ought to be a different type of dotish because that lady looked like she had no choice. That lady was literally crying. When I see the nest up, I realize this lady have a baby. You know how it is to slung and watch your children cry, Mommy, I'm hungry, and you can't give your child nothing. You know how hard that is you could go hungry. But you know how hard I went through that. I know it is to be hungry. And I used to say, okay, once my baby have milk and nest and she belly full, I could tug it out. I ain't bothering. If my child not hungry, I could tug it out because that is what a mother does. You understand? A mother makes sure and do. You see this and because macaroni, cheese, sausage. They took one make things for she trying to eat. But you sit down there on our life talking shit about why grandparents didn't help. Nothing.
Let me add to that.
These people have no compassion for nobody in this country. We have no compassion, no sympathy, and that's why the country going how it going because of stupid dumb people like that. I fed up at them, man.
Yeah, you see, it's a level of desperation and that. For that woman to do that, Jed, she had to be desperate because the way how the woman
it says black say layman.
Yeah, blacks just now. Blacks, you hold on a little bit. I kind of want to swing this in a way tonight. I want our layer coming here, Blacks, because I know you have some very good contribution, but I want a few, one or two mothers. I want to hear one or two of the females, the ones that have children, to come up here tonight. I'm giving already the opportunity to come up tonight to say all your parts on this situation. So I start, well, you know, I love you.
Before you go on, so just to say the 100 and change people that watching us on YouTube, or you could go up on Warrior Princess Live on TikTok and you could join in from there. Always running live on same workers' rights. You can't join in from workers' rights. You could join in from Warrior Princess and make your comment known on TikTok. Right now the video playing with the lady in the background. She playing down all she thing there. Only thing she empty the bag. The full bag, and I watch me, I feel real sorry for this lady. So everybody who there, you can join us on TikTok Warrior Princess page. And you can come up and make your comment. Right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jeffrey. Yeah, tonight I want to invite one or two of the mothers. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, right? Or they ain't going to get no problem, or they ain't going to get charged for no decisions. Solution. We're talking about this issue because it's a serious issue we facing in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. It's a serious issue, you know. That might sound like, you know, she's an old thief and it's good for she, but it's the story behind it. It's the story behind it, you know. I'm not saying what she did was right, she was wrong. She could have gone and asked, but you know, some grocery owners, you can ask them nothing. And she probably wasn't thinking along that line. She probably tells herself she go take a chance, do what she do and get out of it. And she didn't get through. But then the grocery owner, he could have used, although he was angry, and I know he was angry, I cannot even get anybody upset, you could have used a little wisdom there. Even if you had us a cuss, she talk to she stern and take back the thing, it didn't have to push you up. And when that thing of Neston pop out the bag, you should have talked to yourself and say, hey, nah boy. Something they ain't right, something they ain't adding up. The fact that that woman do that, it had to be desperation. If it's the first time that ever she would have done that in your business place, right? And that is to show what the country coming to, and we crying out to the leaders that we help put in power, and nobody is listening. All they're trying to do is muzzle you, muzzle I. So you just have to take the pressure and cool it. So you see why today I take a different stance. I had to start to go to church, go back to church, align myself with God again, and be rooted and grounded. Because let me tell you something, I don't know what it is, who do what. All you're noticing is only murders taking place. The first commandment in the Bible states, thou shalt not kill. And all you see what's happening in Trinidad is every day is a murder. And they're saying they're fixing crime. They have SOE, and the crime's still going on. They want to tell you the correct ratio of murders that we have since the year started, or since this UNC government takeover. They're saying that, and if they're coming out and saying they're lessening it down, but we know we have our own news media, TikTok, social media. You understand? And we get it live. That way they were trying to kind of disrupt this, but they can't stop it. So that SOE ain't really doing nothing. They don't have a plan. So watch me. When you see, when you the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, realizing they don't have a plan, you have to go to the man Christ Jesus, and he will give you the plan. Watch me. We can't put with faith and trust in no politician anymore. You know, we have to go before God and let God direct this part. You know. I might sound like it might be sounding like if I'm preaching, but I ain't preaching, you know. I tell it like it is. Yes, I think we really need to hear her side of the story, Flojo, so we could have a better understanding, so we wouldn't be casting no stone upon this woman. Yes, she was wrong, but why? It always have a reason, you know.
And it has some commenters on excuse me, it has some commenters on YouTube. One of them, Annette Moses, would have said, that woman would have done that for the sake of doing it. Most times mother would do almost anything for their children. And everybody's seen it, and everybody's seen it. I mean, Annette, I mean, you can move to the top of the class, because what you content at the bag? I ain't seen no chocolate, I ain't seen no bonanza, I seen food stuff.
Yeah, and you even see a pack of cigarettes.
Somebody, no, he's ever pack of cigarettes. Somebody else would have said the first commandment of our politics is that thou shalt vote for the UNC.
and you know the man still called police to you, man.
Yeah,
boy, that's real wicked. But I wickedness to the highest.
I find he could have used wisdom there. He could have used wisdom.
I wickedness, boy. That man do that. That shopkeeper do that for fame. He do that for fame.
Yeah, you know
my how about
because
he do that.
Because you know everybody like to I go push you up, and I go push you up. Sometimes not all put up is good put up, you know.
Easy for a mother.
I'm just listening right now.
All right, honey, well, mute your mic. I don't know if that voice that coming from your background or Trinity's background. Right.
I was time.
Right.
It is not easy for a
easy.
mother to see her children hungry. You understand? And it is not easy out here. Because I can tell you, I did some things to make sure my daughter eat already. Some things I'm not proud of, but I make sure that she eat. It is not easy for a child to be in your ears, right? That is just start to send you literally mad. That just make your whole head and cry. You understand?
Yeah.
Because life hard right now. It hard, and I bet you anything that lady is a CPEP worker or a URP worker or a forestry worker that was laid off, and she last the other day, and she had no choice. You understand? You get I mean, I don't condone stealing, but you get she a little blind man, and that man should
All
not
right.
push you up, man.
Just now, we are seeing Black Effect say what? That's one thing. What about the woman who robbed the two people on the bus route? That's a different scenario. You see, when you're robbing people at gunpoint and you're doing them kind of madness, don't class it with this Black Effect, right? I ain't embarrassing you, I am buffing you. Right? I am embarrassing you and I'm not buffing you, but that is two different categories you're seeing right there. You understand? She didn't go with her gun, you know. She did not go with her gun. She did not go there with her knife. She just go on and decide to pick up certain stuff and she get catch. But it's the things that was in the bag is what touched me. And when I see the tin of milk jump out, I say, nah. I say, nah, that's something in the motor there besides the person. That for that woman to do that, she must be going. You know much days, let me just say, you know much days of hunger that woman must be was going through? You know much days of hunger that woman and she children must be was going through? We don't know. You see, you doesn't know until they hear the story. And you see, you can't, nowadays, you can't go and ask nobody for nothing because the people you're going to ask for things, them and all want, and if they have, they're just not giving you. People get so selfish, eh? Mankind gets so selfish today. We lost we way, you know. Again, I ain't saying what she did was right, but that business owner, he could have dealt with that in a different manner. And I stand on that. We have somebody, a new person on the panel here tonight. Hi, President. Good night, Chatter. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, good night. How are they going?
Good night.
I listening to her speaking and everything what they say is so true, and my heart went out to that woman today when I see how that man embarrassed that woman. And like what you say, you don't know the circumstances that woman, what we're going through that woman head. What you're watching that woman and you see she's not a thief. She's not a criminal.
Yeah.
That woman
Exactly.
is our mother. That woman is our mother. That woman trying to make it. That woman, like I say, people doesn't know when you're home and your children telling you they're hungry, and that could drive a woman to do anything. That could, you understand? And she don't know what will be the outcome if she go and ask the
I put to share President. Good night.
If she go and ask the owner or manager, well, mature and hungry and I want something, they could run. You understand? And you're watching the things where the woman pick up. It's nothing to go and sell. It's nothing like she thieving thing to go and sell back or anything like that. Is groceries the woman picking up to feed she children sausage and macaroni and things like that. And the same thing we say when I see the tin of milk and all come out, I was saying, nah, that's the store owner didn't have no right to disrespect the woman so much. You understand? I find that was real poor on his behalf to disrespect the woman so. And that just go back to show you that is the point where the UNC and Kamala Pasabi are putting the people through right now, because next to that woman was just like with the lady who was now speaking. The next to she was a URP worker, a forestry worker or something like that. You understand? And she lost her job and she don't have no other means to try to feed her family but to go and shoplift. You understand? Because I sure she might be trying other avenues and people shutting she down. You understand? Yeah. You could actually watch the woman And you can see that's our mother who trying to feed she family. You understand?
All right, chatter, hold on to your word. Remember your last thought, right? Remember your last thought. Now I seen somebody saying that if we could come together and put a hamper, you know, for the woman, and somebody just said they would love to, right? And that would be very good, you know. Now let me tell you something. I have a group chat that I form in, right? To do my own movement. I have quite a few people on it. If all you're interested to join that group chat, now I want serious people. I want people who want to see the better, for the better of Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want no jokers. So if all you're interested, all who here who following me, all you could message me in my inbox, all your number, and let me send all your name, proper name, and I'll add all it to the group chat, and we will organize something there, right? Because I'm now building that foundation, me and a whole set of my whole team, right?
I don't have no problem with that. I don't have
no Neptunes. No, you're not going by nobody place and cuss them, please. Neptune say I going by the place and cuss him. Wait, he petty. No, darling. No. The police go lock you up. We under SOE and it's law and order.
Boy, don't say the person, no. I second that. Boycott that shop. Pass that shop.
Yeah, if all you want to do that, well, yes. But Neptune, darling, don't go and curse nobody, please.
Go to the shop and tell them all the big, stinking, selfish, dirty mother swans. So go and do that.
Oh God, Trinity, I will put plaster on your mouth. No. Right? Chatter, go ahead, darling. Go ahead and say what you had to say.
What you was now saying for whoever want to volunteer to
Right. So Burner Boss.
I
right.
don't have
so here
but whatever I have,
first,
I will it.
Right. So first, we go ahead and try to locate the woman, right? And what I'm saying is I have a group chat, right? Where we're looking to organize a team to do these kind of non-profitable charity work, right? So y'all could send me all your number in the inbox, and all you will be a part of the WhatsApp group that I have where we're making all the movements. You all will be on board with us, going here, going there, raising funds, you know, doing things, and you will be a part of it, right? But first we have to locate the woman. For like, if anybody here know the woman, or they can contact that woman and let me have a conversation with her. I wouldn't bring her on here if she contacts me, because you know I'll go be something private, because I know the woman must be shame. You're seeing the shame on the woman's face, and we could try and do something for her, right? So anybody know that woman by name, where the business place is? We go to the business place, somebody ask a question.
I hear the business is in Chaguanas.
Right. Well, if anybody who from Chaguanas here, right. So Smooth say the end of month. Well, Smooth, I will join you in the group because I think I have your number, right? Yeah, I'll join you in the group so you are go be a part. You see, we had to come together, you know, because we noticed the government we put in power failing we terribly, you know. So each one had to help one, you know. We had to do something, you know.
I wonder how Kamala does feel as a mother and a grandmother watching these things going on in the country and just turn a blind eye on people, right? And well, she was the same woman who said how she's the mother of the nation and and nobody wouldn't love. But this woman don't love nobody, boy.
Talk the things. That is the same thing I was saying.
This woman don't love nobody. This boy. I see that today, and my heart went out for that woman. My heart went out for that woman.
Yeah. And look at for instance, and look at the scene with Abby, Mystical Abby, where they went and illegally evict that woman out of she house.
Mash up the woman toilet bowl, break down everything, throw the woman thing on that tent. You understand? And Philip Alexander.
Today I had a...
To this day, she's still living in that tent with her children. Up to this day.
Today I would have called her and to get some feedback, because I did an interview with her a couple of days ago on the Workers' Rights platform, and I called her to get feedback to see how things going with her and whatever. And you know, up to now, she sent me some videos. I sent it to the producers and them for them to cut it up, because I tell her we're going to run that segment. You know, people of Trinidad and Tobago had to see how heartless this government that we put in power is, because The Abby is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. No? Whether she's a UNC or she's a PNM, she is a citizen of
She's
Trinidad
a
and
human
Tobago.
being. You don't treat
And she is a human being. And if you all could take billions and send to other countries to help, why all they can't help all your own? Why all they can't help all your own? And she not asking for handouts, you know. All she's asking for, and I think she reached as far as she have a piece of land. She went and had some things. She take back the land and she started build. All she asking is for help, for supplies, to build a little something for she and she family to move in, and she'll take it from there. All in all, they evict the woman illegally. I mean illegally. All they evict the woman. You understand? And after doing that, all they just going into silence and saying nothing and hoping that Trinidadians go talk, and then eventually they go stay quiet and the situation go just, fade away. No, we're not going to let it rest, because all they tell we, all they was going to give we change. All they come and all they tell us that all they're going to make life better and comfortable for us.
Miss,
or they say when UNC win, everybody win.
Miss, I
run with that.
I am from Diego Martin. I grew up see my grandmother, my parents voting for PNM. And this is the first year I vote for the UNC, and you know how much criticism I get because all Diego Martin is PNM. And I vote for the UNC to get change because I didn't like what the last administration was doing. And it's basically we ain't get change, like we jump from in the fire straight into the frying pan because things going from bad to worse under this UNC government. And coming up for election, I used to see how you campaigning with the UNC and on the truck and everything. You understand? I even see the interview with you and Stuart Young when Stuart Young walk off on you, and I said, boy, that real disrespectful, and all that is what make me vote for the UNC to see well if we can get a change. But boy, better we did leave the PNM, I guess. Telling you.
Well, boy, I said he shared the same view. Hold on, Denzel. All right, Denzel, you send your number right. That's nice. So all who interested, right? Serious people, because me and I are vetting all here because you see this iron seriousness. This is not about politics, This is about coming together to help the people. So we're doing this the correct way. As a woman, I don't play. I am a very serious woman. If you want to join my group, send me all your number, all your correct name. You understand me? And we will try to organize this movement and get it thing right. Each one had to help one because the government not helping we. Because you're seeing we crying out, And they're seeing we crying out. And you see they're doing nothing. So all who's interested, message me a number and name in inbox. Trinity, you too, because and Esther, you too. Chatter, if you want to be a party, they will message me name and your number as well.
After live.
Right. But you clearly see that they ain't care, because when Abby showed me the videos, these people and them literally mash up inside of the house so that even if when they're gone and she tried to move back in, that house is of no use. That was not eviction, that was victimization.
That was a demolition.
Yeah.
That was a demolition. You evict somebody and mash up the toilet bowl and all the cupboards and everything.
Yeah.
That was a demolition or you demolished. Yeah. What was that? That was an apartment or an HGC house?
It's a HGC house, and I think she had some issues with that.
Yeah, because here she was in court and things like that. You understand?
Right. And you know what else bother me? If it was some big shot person or some person with name, they wouldn't have to go through that.
No, but let me just draw a little point, right? You remember a little time back when Philip Alexander went and showed a man build a structure over the garage with a swimming pool, and he take over a whole block and park once. How they never went and break down that man's place and do that same thing where they do to she? How they never do that? I never see no video about that after that, I never see it again. I never when he show what the man did, when the man built the structure over the car park and a swimming pool and take over. After that, we never see nothing about that again, You understand?
No.
So that must be some.
No, we never seen nothing about that.
I can't say who the person is, right? But that just come and sweep under the rug. But people now who all you can advantage and take advantage of all you running there and mash up the people in them place. Do the same thing. Do it across the board. You understand? Because it's
What it is. Chatta, let me tell you what the government does do, eh? Well, excuse me, my baby, right now she having a little sugar rush. But let me tell you what the government does do. First, they carry that judge, that Samaruani woman. She's still alive, but you know what I mean? After they do that, they had a distraction. I can't remember what the distraction was, but this is all about distraction most of the time. After they do that, they go on and they break down the lady house. To distract me from the break down the lady house, they start to use the little boy who get bullied for his shoes to distract me. So bring leader and Philip Alexander and one of them start to give the boy shoes and haircut and they give him a house and all kind of things.
Wait. Stick up it. Let me say that. Who jump out and do what? Let me hear.
The little boy who get bullied for his shoes.
Right. I hear that part. Who give him shoes and what and what?
His mother, they get house. They get agency house. They get keys for house from Philip Alexander. Yeah, get into the photo. When they was in the AGC, office with ringleader and the mother and the boy and Philip Alexander and them, they get house because apparently there was they didn't have no money and thing. Now there was there was less fortunate so they get.
So wait. So stick up in. So all right. So because of that incident, right? They bully him. He get shoes. They decide to help them. The UNC decided to help that particular young boy.
The UNC, but more the influencers like Ringleader and who else helping?
Ringleader. Listen to me. Ringleader represents the UNC. So I would say the UNC because Ringleader ain't had no house to everybody.
Ringleader get a house
right
from the UNC. But anyway,
right. So hear me. Wait.
Ringleader
so then,
Ringleader get working Wasatu?
Yeah, he working Wasa. But here this
but look, Twiggy got a big working Wasa.
After she cost me 50 years.
Before we go there,
she got a house in San Fernando. I see her house.
Yeah, so Stack too. Stack and all your house and working Wasa. And only gain working Wasa on contracts. The UNC had them like goat. You know when you pile rope on a goat and you tie them in the fields to graze? Right. So every 3 months they gain every 3 months once the advocate for UNC on social media, the contract safe. Let us switch up now. Let us switch up. Yeah, but the little boy get new uniform and shoes and things. That's how they distract the nation from the lady who get put out. Now mind you, hold on, be quiet. Now mind you, look at the little boy head. He on the head. This is going back all to race. People doesn't understand what I'm saying, man. What is we saying? This going back to race. What the little boy here on the head? All the African boy is going through that now. To hell with he. Like, father get walk. I telling all you.
No, and then with all of this, I see this is knowledge to me, Trinity. I didn't know all of that. So then what happened to Abby and her family? Abby's an alien. Abby's not a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. She's an outsider.
She's an African woman.
You see when people start to think like, you see how people start to think like how we thinking here, you know? You understand? They just want to get vexed. Because this situation with Abby is a serious situation, you know. I'm not saying that the young man situation wasn't all that bad, you know. But look at Abby, this woman outside and living under a tent with guilt children, you know. So that clearly shows they don't care about black people then. So all they insulting black people then. So when people stay talking about race, and I trying my best to tell them, they mustn't think so. We all one people. You cut me, you cut you. It's the same blood.
Yeah, but let me say something. I mix. I is a Douglas, my father is a Negro, my mother is an Indian. And look what they do to Jason De Silva. So it's really got to be a race thing, you know. It really come down to that because watch
some of the East Indian people, some East Indian people suffering too, But the
But
picking and choosing who
it
to
have
who to help.
plenty East Indian people on the breadline, plenty of them suffering. Because look at the woman today. The woman is an Indian woman, and the woman suffering. The woman had to come and shoplift. So it's not as like all is Indian people well taken care of or well, you understand? It's who they and kissing up and who they know and who think that is who getting fixed and who getting put in place. But the rest of them, the hell was with it. You understand? We had to fend for ourselves. You understand? It come down to that. And like what the woman said, really come down to race because look what they do Jason De Silva. I thought Jason De Silva would get fixed up nice. You understand? Because, and even you and all, ma'am, even you and all, when I see how you was with the UNC, I thought they would have treat you and Jason De Silva. I thought they would have treat all that better than what they do all that.
Oh, hear me. Let me tell you something, right, Lovey? I never wanted anything from the UNC. All I wanted was betterment for the youths in my community. And a situation would have been taking place in my community. Hence the reason why me and Stuart Young did fall out.
Yeah.
You understand?
Since from day one,
I say, well, all right.
Since from day one, I heard you was saying that how you don't want nothing from even in Stuart Young. You don't want nothing. You just want betterment for the community. And I thought they would have, I thought they would have worked with you and come together,
But you mean, Chatter, I was willing to work with these people. God hear me. I was willingly going to work because as a mother, I have children, right? I was willingly going to, I would have offered my services for free for a couple months, well, until we gather ourselves and get things in order. And me line, I ain't no fool. Then I would have asked her something, but I have my own house. I have my house since at the age of 24 years.
Right.
My daddy is an outsider and he provides for all the children. I have a government job. God bless me with a job, although I could do it a raising salary, but oh God, I'm living by the grace of God. But at the end of the day, I am not complaining. All I wanted for my youths in my community, the young men and the young women who look up to me, who just come to me, tell me their problems, I wanted help for them. I swear to God, I swear on my life.
And we understand that.
And that is what I wanted.
And we understand.
I never received any money from them. I never asked for any money.
Because when you went to Stuart Young, you asked Stuart Young what he coming to do for the community, and that is when he turned it back and walk off.
Yeah, that when he tapped, but as always say, Monroe would have stopped and answer, but I catch him on the spot. But you see, remember, they don't know what we're going through. So when you see them on the ground, that's the time you have to ask them the question. Because you can't wait until when they're reaching power, because you're hearing them again, you ain't seen them. So when you catch them, then you ask them now. You can hold them accountable because I had my phone.
I was
because
not
I
going
wanted to make sure.
I was not going to answer that, Prince. You didn't you wasn't really talking to you wasn't really talking to you was more going and talk to the other man who actually representing the community, the constituency. But see, you pull a man walk off. Me and I see I know I see you go back where he come from. But he blasted off himself. That's why he
at the end of the day, we the citizens have to take charge and let any government that coming in power know what time of the day it is, because they've been forgetting us. They've been forgetting us. They've been neglecting us for too long. And this is the repercussion, because let me tell you something. When I did my research, only now I started to do a little research, I started to read up on certain things, although I don't like to read at all. But I'm starting to do it to edify myself about what would have been, what advances we would have made under the PNM in times gone by. And I see the PNM would have done a lot, but somewhere along the line, the PNM, some of them ministers would have lost their way. And they forget that it's them who working for we is them employer. So hence the reason why that little situation take place with me and Stuart Young. But I forgive Stuart Young. And I called him and I asked him, I said, come, let us fix this. Because when I see some of the good things the PNM would have done for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, I said, no, not because that little small misunderstanding between me and Stuart Young, because I started to taunt him too, because I know Because a person, when you see a game, I'm mad and I war in your back. So I started to taunt him. All right, you want to listen to me? You walk off on me, you pull him and you walk off, and I showing you. Granny want a UNC jersey, I putting it on she, and I calling you. Because I'm very petty when I'm ready. But you see, sometimes that doesn't always be the answer. So, what he should have done as a prime minister and a minister, and that is an example, and I hope this is not a bashing, because I'm not bashing him, because I hear that he seems to be a very nice person, eh? You understand me? So, I'm still willing to meet with him. I will not advocate and work with him, because I telling you, I move with pennies. Because I see he have a hand. I heard Stuart Young is a nice person. When you get to know him, they said he's a very nice person. No, Trinity zip it, I will pinch you. Right?
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, darling. All right, I bring you up. Let me hear your contribution, love.
Well, since last year, before the campaign, it have about 3 street lights inside my road, because I live in Marusing there, Bamande village.
Ooh, you're my neighbor?
Yes, I live in across in Marusing.
Okay.
And since last year, before the campaign, NASA pass, UNC pass, PNM pass, I tell them about it. NASA say, if it was the PNM, he would have put them up and talk about it, how they have no people have no street light any place. Up to now, the place still the same way, place dark. But the whole length of the street is darkness. Nobody ain't doing nothing about it. I make several complaints, report in Tiantec. They said I would take my information. Up to now, nothing had happened. The place still in darkness. They said they're not Tiantec department, so I don't know what Tiantec doing now.
Well, Mr. Notorious, I have the same complaints as you. Right now, the street lights on my street display musical chair. It like them Christmas lights just blinking off and on, off and on. Well, I see the one opposite me, it fall down. And whosoever it is pass and they gone with the iron. So right now, in front of my house is dark. If I do not put on my outside lights and somebody come to the front of the house, I ain't seeing nothing. And I made reservations, I call, and no, up to now, nothing. So I stopped call.
But the last person I called was Miss Penny, and she told me to get the number of the lamppost, but he didn't got time the lamppost and empty. Them number them ways.
But that is something we had to address. So when we start to walk with Penny, you could send me your number. Watch me, we're gonna do this different, you know. Trust me, we're doing this. Send me your number in the inbox, your name and your number and where you're from. Just give me enlightenment, because Israel people just message me. And I will join you on my little group chat if you want to. Well, and we will discuss that, and we'll try and see how we could get this thing done. We had to do it because we had to help ourselves, you know, because we can't depend on this government.
Yeah, because these people and them come back with a revenge in them.
But
what we do them?
I say them
punishing. Come back with it.
Them punishing.
Hold on, Black. You're saying I'm fighting you, Black. I love you, but here what's going on, Black? You see, when you come on, you just take control of the thing, and people who want to talk, and I know you're excited because you love to be a part of it, and I love that you love it, Black. Oh God, I like to hear you talk. But you see, tonight I'm bringing you on, you know. Even if I had to give you 20 minutes to vent, I'm going to. But I want to hear from other people. And I see how this man come up here. He from my neighborhood, and you see how God does work in a mysterious way. I even know people from in my neighborhood that's taking my program. And Notorious, welcome. Probably I must know you, you know, and you know, I must know you, right? But nonetheless, you see how we have 1 or 2 new people here. I kind of like won that tonight. Right, Black? I love you. Behave yourself, okay? I will pinch you. According to Kamala, I will box you down. Yes.
I go drop so you can get more new people, right?
No, Trinity, you women right there. I like you. You see you on that bacchanal mount? And when you see I start my bacchanal Saturday program, I want you on it. So you need to send me your number, eh? Right. I swear. I'm serious. My bacchanal Saturday that's been hot, eh? It has been steamy.
So remember what happened 2015? Remember they get voted out in 2015. And PNM stayed
and right
there.
now,
And PNM stayed there for 2 terms. So
and not to cut you across, eh? Notorious, right now you're seeing how they're bullying their way to stay because they know if the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago get a chance, it's gone, they're gone, you know. You know
We gotta start with the local government. Get them out.
yeah, that is start.
We need a local. Find it taking long to call a local.
They're afraid to call that local. They're afraid, Kamala, afraid to call that local right now.
Yeah, that local is the worst nightmare.
She don't know the outcome right now. Everybody fed up at that woman. I wish she wake up in the morning and just call election or dead or something, yes? I fed up at that.
Don't call that on the woman. Don't call that. Yes, the woman are looking. The woman looking
But
like
I may be wrong. I may be wrong, but it's not Kamala controlling Trinidad. Eh? She taking orders from Trump.
Yeah, because judging from how Kamala does talk, and I hear a lot of people saying Kamala does be drunk. I don't believe it's drunk, you know. You see, remember, it was alleged that she would have had so many strokes and she's diabetic and she's on dialysis. So I have heard it is alleged. You notice if when a person had a stroke, the tongue does get kind of heavy. So that's
what she doing there? That means she's incompetent. You understand? That means that Kamala is a disability. She's supposed to be home lying down collecting disability checks. What that woman did as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and you allegedly had a stroke. Come now, man, listen. So, because I know when you is a disability, you can't walk. This is the same thing I said here. Why we must work until 65 and them working 70 until 70, 90, 100, them working still and earning a salary, and we are still when 65 years reach. This is unfair. We're good for the goods, good for the ganga. If it's alleged that Kamala had a stroke and she tongue is heavy and she's incompetent to run a country. She's not capable. She needs to be home. This is
she had to be home seeing about Gregory. I don't know what she's doing there. She had to be seeing what Gregory.
Yeah, she really. According to
who is Gregory again?
Gregory's the husband.
Or the abortionist?
The abortionist.
Yeah, she really looks frail. She looking frail and true. She just holding up by the but she just holding up by the grace, whatever. But
she personal bodyguard with us. How she moving it?
And you're not even seeing her. She's not even coming out and addressing the nation.
Because
it's like the country
shame.
I wouldn't say shame, you know. I feel that she on her lowest and she just holding on for dear life. But she don't know what she doing to the citizens. The amount of Trinidadians cannot handle pressure. And you see, this what we're going through here. The reason for them SOE is because them know that if they didn't have them SOE or they didn't threaten that ZOSO, I am sure by now the UNC would have been a thing at the past.
Yeah, because look all this SOE and look at killer man in Gandhi last night.
Yeah.
But I police bond on our house. Police bond on our house in San Fernando. It's San Fernando. With Jason, by I see it on Jason page.
I didn't see the actual video. I didn't see the police burning down the house, so I can't speak on that. I don't want to spread no propaganda. But I heard somebody
wicked. I don't trust no police.
Yeah, because I went and shoot up Danny house. They shoot up Danny house.
The Sun House.
Let me show you.
The Sun House, I heard so.
Let me show you how wicked this UNC government is, eh? They come out for the drivers and them. Bring out all kind of fines. The drivers and them now organize their business, right? Start to ensure the car they do things, right? So they realize, well, they ain't getting no more money from tickets. Now they come out for the smokers and them. The youths and them who smoking and thing. It's $10,000. They're charging you. If
Yeah, well,
they
the first person, the
in a
first person
public
at the
place.
charge is Alexander because he have most of them youths and them behind bars.
$10,000.
Listen to me now. These people intend to make, and you know, she's the one who say you cannot tax our country into prosperity. It's a man standing in a bucket and trying to lift himself up. And they are the ones that want to tax the daylight out of the citizen. Just now they go tax you for the draws you have on your backside.
Just now
Yeah,
they will
because
come and tell you can't drink a beer in public. You'll get charged
Yeah,
for that.
they're coming with that.
No, sir, this man talking about he smoking in the public. Where you say about his electric scooter and them?
Yeah.
Let me get that one. Imagine them when you on the star bike. Sorry to laugh, but it's so stupid. And only you see stuck with the blasted picky head coming and justify it.
Trinity.
So yes, people ride a bike. You want to put
Trinity, let me tell you something. That come back down to race because watch the man who's selling the bikes is a black man who's selling the bikes, so they find he making too much money. So they come and stop that. So they don't want
No, but Chaka, let me correct you. Let me correct you.
No, them bikes are coming from China. Them Chinese and them
It's from China. Yeah. It's from China. Them bikes
a man who called fully electric a Rasta man who selling it. Right? And them now come and ban that. They don't want he sell. You understand? The man come up and make all kind of videos was showing about that. He said, how could you register a bike? This is a bicycle. How could you register this? This don't have a chassis number. And license office don't have nothing to stamp a chassis number on that bike. So how you registering? So that come like them just shut down that man whole business. How he come up to survive? They shut down that.
So that minister, the minister of transport beat back Sinanan.
Hey, only we just have to laugh, boy. We just have to laugh because this country be coming out.
Them against that.
Hey, let me tell you why this country be coming out with clog show, eh? Because first of all, the electric bike thing, people buying that to go to the work and thing because gas high. Yeah. Some people can't buy gas with the car. It's high. You understand? On top of that, people afraid to drive the car in these streets because the police and them, they're like hawk on the road, waiting to give you a ticket. So, of course, they go rather ride the bike on the pavement and thing, where they can reach the work and come back in. Now, all these people registering bikes. It ain't making no sense. It's not making sense. It's a big joke, but it's such a laugh,
You can't register the bike because the bike do not have a chassis number. So you can't register the bike.
I don't know how people could charge a bike. A bike, you buy that in the store. They don't have no number in it.
That don't have no chassis number. So how you registering that? You cannot register some item, a vehicle without a chassis number.
Right? No. All you have to forgive the people, man. All you have to forgive the people. They forget who is the Homeland Minister.
The man selling a bike for 4,500, right?
One at a time.
A man selling a bike for 4,500. It might have people who don't have to show their vehicle and thing. And... Go ahead.
Right. So Trinity, go ahead.
That's all I think about this, right? You know that how they're making money smart on here, right? You riding your bike good. You riding your bike good. Police pick you up and get you $1,000 ticket. You get stressed and cigarette and pointing about that smoke in public because you stressed. You said you're smoking in public too. You can't $1,000. And they take this from a smart joke.
You get $1,000 ticket. You get $1,000 ticket for thing. You take out a cigarette, then they turn around and hit you $10,000. So it's $11,000 now you have to pay the government. You understand?
And then if you pull
6
out
months
a cigarette to smoke because you're stressed. If you bum a cigarette because you're stressed and you decide to take a good pull and they catch you, that's another 10. Lord have mercy. I ain't lying, you know. These people and them, they
that's another 10.
What they doing? They know exactly what they are doing. them come with a strategy. Remember, I live with my husband, you know. My husband don't really smoke, but you see when he's stressed, that is when he does pull his cigarette. When he's stressed. You understand? So I know where he coming from. Right? He not chronic smoker, but you see when he's stressed out, he just pull his cigarette. And when you riding that little motorcycle or whatever you call that, and them give you $1,000 ticket just to ride in the little motorbike, and then you pull out a cigarette because you stressed and they hit you at 10,000. Come now, man. The too wicked in this country, the wicked.
Since Kamala shakes Trump hand, she brings the devil down there. she was in the White House, you know. You don't know what the hell she was doing with Trump in the White House.
And listen to me now. You
Kamala
see
was
all
the devil
them
before
bloggers.
she meet Trump.
Yeah, because she sell out. She sell out.
You see all them bloggers like Stacks, the NCW, and the whole clip. I just listen to them talk. You know, I don't like to, I'm not going to bash them, eh? But they're actually seeing that here what's going on. The fact that they're in bed with the UNC and they would have gotten certain things from them, they can't really go nowhere, you know. They have to stay there and advocate on behalf of the UNC, you know. You feel they don't know it's wrong? You feel they don't know what they're doing? What the government
what happened for Andy for Gandhi? What happened to Andy for Gandhi? Where Andy for Gandhi is?
Andy, I haven't heard Andy for Gandhi since after the election. I don't know if Andy for Gandhi under a rock. I don't know if he's in the country.
You see NCW? NCW live in Blue Basin, Digo Martin. I live in Seatrace. It's just 2 streets opposite one another. And I know personally NCW get $50,000 for election to come and talk about the UNC and pick them up and bring youths around there to vote for the UNC. You understand? The day for election, the UNC, Philip Alexander came down there, was giving the youths and them $300 to come and vote for them. You understand? So this is things what I know, what I see, what I know. It have plenty youths take the money and went and vote for the PNM because you don't know who you vote for. You understand? They can't say who you vote for, but they don't take the money already.
Well,
so this is
let me tell you something. Let me tell you all who win. Let me tell you all who win. Kamala and she raging, them win. Philip Alexander, he win. NCW win, Stacks win, Matara win, Ringleader win. Those are the people that win, right? And the ones that didn't win, we are the ones who have win pain. We are the ones who cry now. We are the ones that is complaining because we are the ones who didn't win and we feeling the pressure. You understand me? So them win. So it don't really bother them. That's why they could come here. Because the other day, I line, I used to look at Stacks and I did like him in the early, you know, a little black boy. But you know what trip more for the Stacks?
I like it, Daddy Potty. Oh, please.
Wait now. You know what trip more for Stacks? I on a live with Kitty and them, right? Actually, I saw the live and I went on to say my part. And I hear Stacks telling people, hold on. And you go, things will happen, but you working and you come there now with a wassa badge round your neck. And it had thousands of people who lost their job. Don't know where the next meal coming from. And you tell, well, girl, I lose my cool, I start a cussing, you know. I was so happy that Kitty mute my mic. The mic mute and I'm still cussing. You know what he didn't say? He didn't know I didn't like him. It's not that I don't like he as an individual, you know. I don't like this shit you're coming on here and telling people. When a person do not have anything to go by, to feed themselves, their family, or even pay the rent, pay the bills, you can't come and tell them, hold on. What are they holding on to?
Stock buyers, stock buyers, Twiggy buyers.
Yes, and also allow their own kind.
As a PSA, I ain't hearing them saying nothing. I ain't hearing nothing. And I'm not even asking no more. All I know I do, I pull out my little $100. That $100 could buy me a sack of flour to put in my house to feed me and my family. I done there, you know.
This fella who did walk from Mova Junction to the Red House to deliver a letter, and Gary Griffith was the commissioner of police and they arrest him. I can't remember his name. But when PNM was in power, he was talking about high ticket prices and all them sort of thing. And now I see him in shirt and tie, and he supporting what Kamala doing. You understand? Because he get too. He get my
even this gentleman, what's his name again? Oh God, I say Mr. Jeffrey, and them calling his name. Oh God, he's a on
radio man. The radio man, heavy, yeah.
All of them win. All of them win. And
they said the loud one who does wear all the fake gold on she chest. I can't remember she name. She loud.
Yeah,
she just loud. She said she get $4,500 from the UNC to her campaigning.
Matara.
Yes. She said she get $45,000 from UNC.
You know what? Let me tell you something. God, you see the bloggers who never get nothing from them, and I ain't putting myself in that category, because I didn't ask them for anything. I swear to God. But you see the key bloggers, the ones who have the voice, the ones who have the gift, is the ones that the UNC would have treated badly, and God make it happen so for a reason. Because if you notice, they are the ones that come to their senses and they're saying it's I who pulled them. I didn't pull nobody. Everybody have their own sense. They have their own understanding.
Exactly.
You see, ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. Or they would have put people who never sweat and toil for election in front of the people who sweat and toil and talk from sun up to sundown. Or they put people like Twiggy, Matara, Stacks. Well, Stacks was there before, so he kind of exempted. But like the NCW and all you put all these people in front of this, because I could clearly remember when Renlila made a video and say he's not voting for nobody. He's not a PNM and he's not a UNC, he's just neutral. And all of a sudden, he on the bandwagon. You understand me? And the key people who stand up and toil with all you leave them out in the rain. And these are the people who connected with the men and women and child on the ground, convincing them to vote for all you, and all you leave them out in the rain. And these are the people they're complaining to now. These are the people in the neighborhood coming and complaining to, because remember, we encourage them, advocate on behalf of the UNC to vote for all you. So when people ain't getting nothing, they can't come and complain to all you, they can't cry in all the airs, Okay, Smooth, have a pleasant night. You understand? They can't come and complain to all you. It's the person who they see on the ground. So what you expect them to do? Take the embarrassment, take the cost, their life in danger for all you, and all you even looking down so to drop a crumb on the ground for them?
This one ain't doing nothing. This one ain't doing nothing in this sense. You only studying Gera.
Well, as for
we talk about swell belly weight search. Weight search pregnant for church. You're at 65 days a year. That big belly mother.
Let me tell you this. I will not partake in that conversation. Listen to me. I will not partake in that conversation, because if all I notice, I don't say anything about that gentleman. I do not. All I can say, and I keep maintaining the fact that his works will show his rewards. I have nothing.
When Wayne Surge, when Kamala, they put Wayne Surge as Minister of Defense. Wayne Surge said that he don't want the job. He don't want a ministerial job. He just wanted to win for his constituents. Kamala said it already happened. Now, if a minister said that he don't want the job to begin with, do you think that he is going to do the job, period? The man that's doing it, the man that's there because he have to. Let me tell you. Sandy Granny make a whole mistake with Wayne Surge. Point 40 that library, did a mistake with them two union man because them two bastards don't do shit.
Yeah, you hire your wife one time.
To that Puna Bong said with with Alexander. I don't know where to put that corrupted man in office for the desperation.
He done serious one in the parliament.
Where call that one? Where call that one from? The woman with the man with the wig does. The man with the wig does do some things. I see she doing some things. The man with the wig.
You see it doing something.
JJ.
Hold on. We have Jason the Silva in the house.
Good night, people.
Welcome and pleasant good night, my brother.
Now, me and my team listening this live since it starts, and this is one of the best live I ever listened where the people on the ground getting to voice their opinion. My campaign with Wayne Search to quite in Grandy, Philip load up a bus, pay people $300-400, get about 40 people. We went up Grandy, we campaign with Wayne Search and Danny Guerra at the same time, you understand? And it was sad to see how they said Danny threatening him when we see how much rum and alcohol and people drink and had a big party in the middle of Grandy and everybody come out who supported Danny Guerra. And they offered support to Wayne Sturge because of Danny Guerra. Now to only see the same people left home unemployed, Danny Guerra get murdered, we all know who do it. We don't have the buttercoat nothing, you understand? And all of a sudden, the National Security Minister who hiding since April 28th, every day now he on the TV, he attending public meetings, he going Christmas parties, he doing all kind of event now. And he up and down like he's safe. All the time he wasn't safe, now he's safe. And he talking about the man dead, he free like a bird now. He could fly. The scariest thing with this whole scenario is how stupid these people is. Because if I was to speculate, if I was to speculate, if the threats was real, does Wayne really believe Danny himself would have come or somebody else? That is, if the threats was real. Now, if the threats was real, that person who was going and come now still alive? So why them celebrating and running out? That means the threat talk was a lie. Because if the threats was real, he would still be scared and he would still be in hiding. The man never threatened him. They just wanted to detain the man because the man spent $20 million in that election and he was to get it back due to contracts that they would have gifted to him. And the percentages rate is, you might have get back a percentage here, there, on this contract, that contract. But the rest of UNC sponsors had to worry about how them getting back them money while they're still offering support, hoping they get back the money. Because that's why they're quiet, you know. Stuck on them quiet until people in the area start to target them house, like how they targeting Danny children house. When people in Stark area start to go at he and say, you carry me out there for 300 and now me working, my mother unemployed, my father unemployed, my sister have a $10,000 ticket. Then the real problems go come. Same thing with ringleader. The neighbors with the game, the house don't want him there. Every day they carry in, with a movie in there for the afraid people come for him. They gave him a house. They get all of them house and they're hiding where they get them house and it's a whole secrecy part. And every day people in them circles call me and let me know it's real failure with them. Look how they fuck you up, they're doing this. Look how they fuck you up, they're doing that and leaking all the info. Them plan to kill all the community leaders. Trump stand up and leak the info. Trump say they're coming for cartel bosses. It's community leaders he talking about. Who them labeling gang leaders. When Rowley was labeling we community leader, gang leader, Kamala stand up in the parliament and say no, that go give all their powers to go and kill people. Now the bill pass, seat switch, she using the same power to come and kill the community leader in every one of we area. Using the gang leader label that she fight against. Zone of special operation, my ass. People only better wake up and prepare, you know. The world heading into war. Iran blocked 50% of the world fertilizer. We ministers ain't coming on the TV and tell we stock up, eat a little bit, make sure and buy up this, stock up that. Nothing. We not prepared.
When last you hear about Ratiram?
The last time I see Ratiram was in Valencia on the stretch when they break down, the forestry come and break down 3 people home. You understand? And leave them homeless. And he came with Philip Crew and offered support and say he provided home for my brethren and the 2 little sons and the child mother who was to come home 5 the evening because the children was to come home 3 to see the house break down from school. And the wife was to come home 5. He said you would have provided a home for them for 30 days while compensate them and get materials to rebuild the homes. It's 4 months now.
Lie.
And I could go Valencia
Voice
with the
out,
house
remember?
breakdown and make a video. And I feel like I'll be doing that soon too. Yeah, because
You know, sometimes. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
I gave him fair enough time. And the kind of info coming in on it. If the info were coming in on it real nasty. You understand? People talking about who running human trafficking ring and all kind of things. So he better look to get them people some
Well,
assistance.
out of the 27 of them, the nastiest one is Roger.
Yeah. No, Roger is a tool. All I don't understand, it have plenty tools. Philip is that tool. Philip is not a minister, you know. Philip have a title of a minister. Philip is not a minister. Philip ringleader, NCW and Stark is basically the same thing. They are
No, not
working to
Philip. No,
control
not
public
Philip. No,
perception.
not
That
Philip.
is the only thing them
No, not
salary
Philip
running for.
Alexander. Not Philip Alexander.
He's the sacrificial
homeland.
lamb. He's to go down
The
in Nelson's
homeland.
and get your head blow off. Going to break down poor people thing. They're sending in all the ghettos to inconvenience poor people. Sooner or later, somebody go stay from on the 10th floor and drop a brick. He go shaffer just now. The police go be on the ground floor with them. Somebody go drop something on them. All they can just run all over
Hold
the
on.
place, inconveniencing people.
I hear somebody say a comment. Keston Sinet say port of Spain very empty right now because of that war swear. And then somebody say right now the port empty. If you see the port right now.
The port had to be empty and nothing coming in.
World trade being affected, warrior. I watching international news, you know, and I watching the Indian woman from India who does be breaking down the news. I not watching Trump news from America. You know. You need American news I just watch is with the Republicans and everybody and the Democrats coasting on how this war happening. They're talking about the real details, right? While we leaders, mama guy, we into believing everything okay. All over the world, people are genuinely concerned about what's going on in the Middle East. Iran blocking 50% of the world fertilizer means a food shortage is coming. It's simple as that. It's nothing to do with oil again. If we can't grow with food, food is going to go up. America is getting 7% of them oil from Iran. America drilling their own oil. Them only getting 7% of the oil from Iran. But them raising the oil like if it have an oil shortage and them oil drilling in their own place. Them getting oil from other places. 7% of them oil block. But them raise the oil prices. We are the
why Trump trying to make people uncomfortable?
Trump playing accounts to raise the price of his oil. Trump raising the price of American oil due to 7% of American oil imports being blocked. Let me be real. You have 93% of your oil running free and you raising oil just because 7% block. You creating an economic crisis to raise oil, to raise gas, to raise asphalt, to raise diesel, to make money.
America
and the leader standing up right next to him. And when the oil raise in the US, they go trickle straight down to we. And she know it wrong, she know what he doing, and she supporting it. That is the scariest thing. So tanker gas going up again just now.
Everybody has to remember this. Everybody has to remember that anything that Trump does, it affects us in the Caribbean. And Kamala not understanding that. I don't Kamala not a little leader, you know. She a little puppet, she a little follower. Because we all know Trump running Trinidad.
It's better we get
From the time she signed that treaty with Trump and shook hands with him, she done sell Trinidad and Tobago to America, and anything that America wants, anything that Trump wants her to do for us, he's going. Because let me tell you something. If Trump tell Kamala today or tomorrow to ship out all them immigrants who living over here, and Kamala going and organize a container and get rid of all them immigrants over here, once you not from Trinidad and Tobago.
I like how you said it. I like how you bring up that topic. All you have any idea that most of the Venezuelans who coming in was being registered last week at Atobolan Stadium, the same time at the recruitment drive, well, the orientation.
I told Princess about that the other day.
Now let me ask you this. All I know people who own homes, people with homes coming and getting workers.
1 minute.
People with homes, most of these venues working in the hospitality, the little nursing work your daughter might get when she done do nursing in White, if it's still out of White, she's not going to get it. They are filling all these homes, nursing homes, orphanages, everything with venues, workers, supermarkets, etc. These people are not required to show a clean certificate of character like your child. This is a serious issue. We do not know who's these people. I'm not saying they're bad, but I can't say they're good. We do not know who's these people we letting in the country. Now these people are in charge of working in homes, taking care of the elderly. Suppose your grandmother signed the will in her Venice, leave everything for her Venice. Then what? Then what?
Right.
You wake up a morning and you in the road and a Venice moving.
Hey, talk now.
And listen to this.
Only remember.
Notorious, the teachers now.
My bad.
Hold on, lovely. Yeah, Notorious is trying to say something.
Only remember before America come and capture Maduro, America send on all kind of things, send on radar, all those things. And you know, after they capture Maduro, a little while after, a month or 2 months after, the radar vanished.
Yeah, but the radar in Tobago gone.
The radar vanished in Tobago. So that was that radar was to pick up all the information, how Maduro whereabouts and relocated and all those things. But they're saying that is to run down gangster and drug dealer and all them things, keep lying to the people.
All right, Chatter, you wanted to say something? Go ahead, Chatter.
No.
All right. Trinity, let me hear you.
I always remember in Kamala campaign when she said that all them Venezuelans, all the illegal Venezuelans will be going back home.
Yeah.
Because Trinidadians and them need to work. She said that Trinidad and Tobagonians need to work, the citizens need to work, and the Venice them taking up all the jobs and all these things. She said all that in she campaign. She criticized Rowley for bringing in all these people. But all of a sudden, people getting registered. You understand? I could tell you with my whole chest for a fact, I know some of my friends and them from Point 14 who children had to start school at the age of 6 because they couldn't get a children in primary school at the age of 5. Because you remember these stupid Trinidad and Tobago men, they like big ass and titties, and they're going after these Venice and impregnating them. And then these children becoming Trinidadians and these little Venezuelan little brats and them going in the school. And these Trinidadian kids cannot go in school. I remember when I went to make baby, I got bed because I went in early. But a girl come in labor and she had to wait until her bed was empty. Why? Because Venice take over the bed. I was work security and a Venice come in there with she interpreter because she was doing ultrasound because I could understand what she's saying. She wanted to give me attitude. I tell she interpreter to say, I tell you what, tell a Venezuelan client, I say to fuck you. Then she like Spanish woman, no. The interpreter tell me it's not a big issue.
Black now. So go ahead, Trinity. I
said tell your Venezuelan client that I'm not to play with. I don't afraid them. And I just always blame these Trinidadian and Tobagonian men. Love all your own. Be with all your own. So much a beautiful Trinidad and Tobagonian woman it having Trinidad and you want to go with these nasty ass Venezuelans. Be with all your own. How hard that is. All you don't need the big ass and all you don't need the big titties. Love all your own. But all you want to be with these people.
You want a big ass and big titties
Yes, but
too.
you have to remember Venezuela did stick on to us before the water drifted away apart. Venezuela did stick on to Trinidad.
You ever smell a Veni?
Yes. I know all that. But Veni is we neighbor. when he was close to us before the water
It's
drift
still
away
worse
the
than
land.
ram
It's a lot.
goat.
That thing is since
I was
1962,
never
since we
fortunate
get
enough to get
independence
close to
and the
any of
teaching
them.
Spanish in Standard 5 after you said common entrance, the country supposed to set
Yeah,
up
but at
something
least they're
better with
not
this country.
nasty like the Americans.
All right, so somebody said, please be mindful of the name calling, Paulia. Careful with the name callings. Remember all the laws and the clause because they're looking for anything, eh? All right, so they hear this. Hear me? Hear me? I finally bring up Black, but Black, I warning you. Black,
Oh, Lord.
when you're talking, give other people a chance to talk, and it is 9:43.
I muted my
We
mic.
have until
Are you gonna
5
say?
past 10.
Are you gonna say long?
Because
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm a famous Saudi girl. Yeah, I'm a famous Saudi. Anyhow.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, we're going on.
Yes, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll give you 10
yeah, we're
minutes.
going on, right? All you go and research the word gerrymandering, right? Go and research the meaning of the word gerrymandering, right? First they begin, you remember what I was telling you? She crippling the economy, right? That here we're going on. She will appoint when the economy get back good or whatever the case might be. If she die, they always have somebody in place to put people in position, right? Sorry to say it from quote unquote chatter you mightn't like what I'm gonna say. People from East Indian descent in certain sectors to control the economy. This is not about the politics, wherever the case might be. This is about controlling the economy and controlling money. Because watch out, look what happened today. Look, is the Hilton will close down? Right.
Close down?
Hilton closed down.
Is the Hilton
But about to close down.
there? Right.
What the hell?
They're about to close down.
Well, just not the higher
So now, right. So now, when the economy and the world economy get back in position, who is the people that have money within the country?
Yes,
it's all
Natalie
about,
Adams.
if you play Monopoly, you can understand how this thing is. That is the reality. Plain talk, bad manners. Right? It's hard to swallow, but that is the pill. That is the truth. Jump high, jump low. You remember what I tell you? She have no morals, she have no values. She don't care if she suffer, she own kind to achieve her goal. I remember I tell you that last night, and it had just happened today. When the woman who had the thief, sorry to say she had the thief goods and whatever. She don't care if she suffer, she own kind to achieve her goal. That is Kamala, sorry to say it, that is Kamala's agenda.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that is, and certain people in the UNC government.
Yeah.
That is the reality.
So that name Suchi. That name Suchi.
So
that name Suchi good.
So
the name where Keith Christopher Rowland called she, oh Lord, I want to condone that never Patori take heavy scenes.
If the shoe fits, if the shoe fits, yeah, damn it, if the shoe fits.
So that that is the goal. That is the goal. That is the goal. If you're playing slow out, yeah, you'll get slow results.
Vote she out, vote them out, man.
No, but you see, with the local election, they know, if these people are afraid of nothing, you see that local election, if they could try to postpone that or get rid of it, they will do it.
They can't get rid of it. The constitution.
They can't do that.
I'm saying,
All you wanna bet? All you wanna bet?
do it.
Who wanna take that bet tonight? Trump don't look at get rid of you, know. Trump gonna put a national crisis to get rid of the election in November. So I can take a bet with somebody tonight.
She gonna elect that election. She'll do anything.
Nah, that can't happen. That can't happen.
Why are they
Anytime they lost the local election, that is a day.
We had to push real hard because I watched the little show they having with this one, the radio show they having with David Welch on it. and Philip Alexander. I've been monitoring the little show they're having, and believe me, Ole, these people, mama guy, in the gullible public, real good. David Welch, #1 line is Kishi time. The woman getting walk in 2 words.
Jason, lovely, let me tell you this. Stick a pen, remember your last thought. They could come and try to mama guide the people. They could try to put a pacifier in people's mouth like a baby to hush them, to tell them, all right, everything going to be all right. That ain't going to work.
Working. The mama guy who working.
Listen to me. It's not working. You understand? People just afraid. You see that Zoso and all them things they try to put. People are afraid of that. But right now, the pot bubbling. And it bubbling. And you see when that pot overflow, you and all will ball. Because when a person don't have nothing to go by, or they don't understand why he's hungry, look at the desperation.
Man pick up about 4 or 5 bags.
Look at the desperation.
I never see somebody take so much food. Let's be real. She don't have a cash link.
That woman don't have, boy.
We had a big debate.
Oh, I don't have.
She have a cash link. That woman have a cash link. I doing it step-by-step analysis. How she walking out with it? She had to have a cash link.
I don't know, boy. But that woman, she was
link.
thieving things like Nestor man thing, boy. She turned thieving things like macaroni and sausage and things. She look like she has small children that she trying to feed.
The lady had to eat.
The woman fed up.
That lady's fed up, say hungry, but it's hard to what your children say. Tell you the hungry, but it's hard, boy. You could cash stomach it.
That had to be a form of desperation. That is a form of desperation. Water had to be more than flour then. Because hardly likely you to see women going and thieving, you know. If you see and food, groceries. If you see a woman thieving, it's in Pennywise or one of these other places in a closed store. But for she to go and thief food, and when you see that in a nestum? That thing on nestum alone, I line. She thief my hat.
I see
because
that princess.
Baby.
Tears come to my eye, you, and I see that thing on the store.
For what she child?
Because I have a 2-year-old. Yeah, because I have a 2-year-old and my 2-year-old on the storm too.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you.
So can I ask a question? I don't have no little children. My children are big. I have grands, yes, but I don't really be around them. I just leave my children and them to catch their weight, because if I stay around them too much, that will become my responsibility. And I know it's time for Stella to get she groove back. But how much happened on this stuff?
Some other
You see how I jumped up fresh last night?
Take the chair, take care of
so
the
what
chair.
time you come back last night?
$20 for my business, please. I overhit.
Well, I might be wrong about 2 something.
Jason, if you see how she stepped out last night. Jason,
I love this song.
Jason, Jason, if you see how she stepped out last night.
Yeah, but back to seriousness. How much are in a milk? How much are in a nestum? Anybody in the comments here section? Tell me how much are in a nestum.
I think a nestum is about $65. Now that I have it in the box now, where you could get a small box of nestum for $20. I think it maybe about $20. Yeah, $20 now. You can get it for $20 in the box now. They have it in boxes. I think an infamil, and I see small thing, it's about $165. The big thing is about 2 something. And I infamil. I think a big clip. It's like $165 for a thinner big claim for the not even the size. $185 for the biggest size. I might tell on Dairy. She too what I push on Dairy. I not about that claim life. But milk
right, so Natalie Adams would have said. All right, thanks Trinity. Natalie Adams would have said. She says she's originally from Long Circular. Right, the roads are full of young men, no job opportunities, and you see. So if that is in Long Circular, Picture Grandy, picture Rima, picture down by you, Jason, picture down by you, Trinity, by Kitty, all over the place. So a lot of young men and women out there.
The picture he shit in carnage. Huh.
Oh, Jesus, son of a
In
David.
Street, Bagatelle, Savannah, Trace, Indigo Martin. Youth men is liming holy and then police pulling up. Aggressive and illiterate and doing whatever. I hear you.
Yeah, Jason. I live chat. I live up Diego Martin, see Trace. I can tell you, as a youth man, I live up there and I see the potential as a youth man, right? Up there. And I see the development when PNM was in power, right? I live see Trace next to the HQ. I can tell you, right? I was a man outside there and I observe I like to observe the areas that might come. Right? I remember when the street lights, it didn't have street lights by the four roads. I could tell you about them timing. They developed the group. They had the HQ and they running. All these things. I just come back what they passed, they up Diego Martin. Diego Martin looking deplorable. When I see that, tears can run my eye. And I see this thing happening in your community. People might say, PNM might have a way. But you have to watch it progress. Right? And it hurt me to see so much children and so much people from Africa and East Indian and just ain't having nothing. People, we have to be serious because this is, as Anna said, we don't need to come out and think. We have to form together, get a petition, and get them out of government. Want to see more than 1,000 signatures or 2,000 signatures? Yes, we have a priorities. We could get our online petition, or we could do a petition ourselves. I will say it's simple.
It's either
something happens.
It's either they decide to hear. It's either they decide to hear us and start to put things, create jobs, put things in place for us ASAP, or something got to give.
Hey, yeah, we're going. I don't want a job. I personally, I don't want. I want sweetie from. I want sweetie from you.
Or they're seeing how
I want sweetie from because I want sweetie from UNC because I know if I take that sweetie will cost me 10 times more down the road. I can tell how dread I is. Right. Let me get myself together, formalize, sign a petition. I will post it to the president. If the president can respond, if she playing, sorry to say, I don't want to say stupid, but if she playing and she don't want to know what's going on, we'll get people involved, either from the United Nations, people from the outside, and we'll get them involved because this thing very deplorable. Sorry to say, but I really the can't come around me knows exact thing. You understand? Because
black you
stand up for the right thing.
Something. Diego Martin is a stronghold. Diego Martin, Point 14, Library, Sandy Grande, Port of Spain South, Port of Spain North, all those places. That is PNM strongholds. You really think even though the vote for she, right, she is going to do anything for those constituencies? She's not going to do nothing. She don't care about.
I know that about that.
Who votes for her. Because at the end of the day, those are PNM strongholds. Elaborate
right
and
now,
for PNM for years, beyond for eon years. You understand? They has never voted for UNC once. This is the first time that Point 14 Library has voted for UNC. I telling you, when I see Point 14 Library, the yellow on that map, my mouth dropped because I was not expecting that because I know the hard-headed and the love the PNM. You understand? But when I see the
Let me,
yellow,
let me,
and the only reason why they put yellow is because of those two union man in Point 14. But those two union man are doing nothing. They don't do nothing.
let me,
Nothing they not do. The Point of the road still bad. It's still
let me
bad.
tell you, Trinity, let me tell you how serious I is. When you're going to fight war and you're going with your battalion and somebody pelt a grenade, I will dive on the grenade to save the rest of the battalion, to move forward. And that's what people are willing to do.
Right?
Yeah, quiet when you want.
That is
Hear
the
this, right?
reality.
Somebody now saying here, Curious George say he from where? He from Points. That's nice, Curious George. Somebody said Natalie Adams, pleasant good night and welcome. She said bush, garbage, and debris, from Piaco Road till Long Circular Road. Wow. Love now, right? The place bushy. Right? I'm about to close off just now, people. We have about 2 more minutes, because I have work in the morning and I like talking with you guys. I like having you all on, and to see that we're living in such a start state every day when I see what's going on in line, just not as regret, I just regret. God hear me, I just regret. And I say, oh God, what I do?
I say they ain't going border Spain, but Felicia would have do shit. And Felicia ain't doing nothing. Felicia
And
studying.
let me tell you something, Let me end it off with this. It's hard on the workers, because let me tell you something. You know how hard it is we working on our 2013 salary, and all we want is a little, let's bring this salary up to date. And I have colleagues there, I swear, we can, just like myself, it has been so hard on us. And yet still we had to come to work and function as if nothing never happened. You understand? People are their loans. Like me, I live in far. If I don't have a certain amount of money a day, $55 a day to be exact, I cannot go to work. Then I have to pay bills. Then I have things to do. It is very, very, very hard. And now I see somebody will put in the comments where they want to start to tax the nurses who work in pool and overtime. So you know what's going to happen there? They're not employing much nurses, nursing staff. And the ones that band their belly to do the pool, once they know that the pool going to get taxed, they're going to stop do pool. If they do pool, it will be very few and little. So you see what's going to happen there in the hospitals they know. I don't know, boy. Something got to give. I don't understand what these people and them doing. But at the end of the day, it's we the poor man on the ground feeling it, boy. And you watch, they're hearing the people crying, They're hearing the people crying out for mercy, And these people have their heart so hard. They're not listening, I feel used. I feel abused. I feel like I get raped and abused. I feel like I was friending with somebody, with a man, and he know my troubles, and he just decided what's going on. Let me just think she for a while and just leave me high and dry. That's how I feel, Like when a woman get used, I feel so used and abused. It's funny.
I
feel so hurt.
I watched the funeral, and I had to go, but I just want to say this. I watched the funeral of Danny Girl on TV because Ian Allen had it live. And it was so sad to see the man in the white shirt who helped them cover the coffin and thing. That is his sibling or something.
No, I think that is a worker.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I don't know nothing much about them. I only met them for election.
Because I see so much I see so much of I see plenty young fellas there by the graveside. There was a lot of young people there.
majority of them
bury this man.
is his workers. Some of them is his workers. And let me tell you something. That funeral was like a mini juvie. Because when you compare by the church, people who outside on the church, who on the pavement, who didn't decide whether they say well, they're viewing by the church and they will go home, and some who like myself who waited by the cemetery. It was like a mini group. So even if that man was a bad person, he would have done some good. Because look at the amount of people come out to see him for the last.
It's very unfortunate that just last year, April, he was jumping up and down in the streets of Sandy Grande, hand in hand hugging Wayne Surge. Because me afraid no minister, you understand? I just say it all bold and proud. I don't fear no minister. These people just want you to live in fear. You don't fear the living. You don't fear the dead. You fear the living, but in there you have to live. You understand? You as a citizen, everybody have freedom of speech. So that's why I just say what to say. I don't care. Just last year, he was jumping up with Wayne Surge in the streets of Sandy Grande. And this year, you 6 feet down in the ground. And the person that you helped to win a seat, hey, you have to go in your bed. The person that you helped win a seat did not even have the courtesy to come to your funeral. Right? Now, I'm sure Wayne Surge watched the news. Hear me out, eh? I'm sure he didn't watch the news and read papers and things. And I'm sure you're seeing all the propaganda on social media, people saying that you're responsible for this man death. If you're sure that you are not responsible, why you did not attend the funeral? You're making yourself look guilty, and I'm going with that one. Anyway, you all have a blessed night.
You have a blessed night, and thanks for coming on. You all can check me back here tomorrow evening around 8.
And everybody go and research the word gerrymandering, read up on it, look up on it,
let me write that
and
down.
understand what it is.
Another thing too, the same man who helped the UNC win, the same man who gave the UNC campaign money to win, and none of them even pay the respects for this man death. None of them in show up. Not one of them. That is to tell you the ungratefulness. I'm not able. This government is dangerous, wicked, ungrateful. I don't know. They need to go. They need to go. And we have to go through 4 years of this stupidity. We will survive 4 years.
One more thing, Warrior Princess. How we I don't know how we going about getting this petition. I don't know how. Maybe we have to speak offline or whatever the case might be. I don't know if you invite Anna tonight, but me know she did. We have to go about seeing that. Right?
What I would like for the guests to do, I think there is something you could do to go so whenever I go live, people will see the link, the live come on, and they could join from there. The young lady we would have had yesterday, I think that was Anna.
Yeah, that was Anna.
The new person, right? I don't know, because she said that was her first time. But I think I would have asked her to send me her number. I don't think so, you know. But she will come on again. She will come on again. God will put things in place, right? So for those who are interested to join my group, send me all your number in my inbox. Let me know all your name, all your number. Tell me who he is, and we will join and we'll organize this group. And we will have to start to help ourselves. What we go do?
Alright, so
But I just
don't
do anybody here because I don't want to anybody because I've vetted all here. I want to know all your skin type, all your blood type, everything. I want to know all your whole anatomy before I let all your illness. So careful with my
Warrior, you know my anatomy. I plant my flag PNM on the moon long time. So you are the reward me.
Right. So according to the Baptists and them, you can't enter Jerusalem just like that. Nice. So at the end of the day, Ole, I am so happy to have Ole here. Black, I love you. Oh, Black, you're well behaved. Nice tonight.
What going on?
Yes,
Baptist Day. It's still happening.
Hey, according to the chutney girl, you start me. Girl, you start, man, I don't want to stop. Can a man? You see that what them people doing there? Oh, Lord, wait, we go talk about that tomorrow.
All right.
We talking about that tomorrow. Right? Well, enjoy the night, love in the house. Don't forget to pray, stay safe. Latest guy. And thank you very much for being on the right platform. Mr. Jeffrey and others. Thank you so much. Love you.